Woohoo! It's another Golden Goddess Circle. So excited to have you here. Thank you for being in our circle, whether you're listening right now as a recording or I'm German English, or whether you're here right now live. Let's, regardless of where we are right now, take that one deep, full breath in together. And exhale. Do that again, taking a full breath in, exhaling, grounding down, coming into the here and now. One more breath to get into our hearts. And we are ready. Our intention is to completely, immediately, and permanently integrate and live that goddess power, that authentic power coming from our core, from our hearts, and to be happy, healthy, and well in every way. And specifically, this month, this session, we are dealing with a fabulous law of the goddess, one of the 12 laws of the goddess, and that is the goddess does not explain herself. The goddess does not explain herself. You might want to write that down. And then let's start pondering on that. What does it mean that you don't need to explain yourself? And ponder on how much time and energy we as women specifically can often spend with explaining ourselves, justifying ourselves, trying to help someone understand why we are choosing to do what we do, why we said what we said. I mean, just think about that. And if I ponder on that, and I have been on this planet now for 51 years, I can definitely say a lot of time. But thank goodness, ever since I've been embarking on what it means to live my feminine power, that authentic core energy of what it means to be a woman, to be a woke woman, and I've been diving into these concepts of the goddess, I've really done a lot of work specifically around this law, because I realized that if I were to just stand true to where I am right now with the choices that I make, and I trust, because I intend that daily, that I make wise choices quickly, then I could trust that whatever I choose to do consciously is going to be right for me, because I have chosen to tune into my intuition and to follow that guidance. So if that is true, then it's not up to me to explain to someone else why I'm doing what I'm doing, and maybe even ask permission, because if I am in my center, can also trust that the other has their center and their highest guidance, and it's up to them to make whatever they want to make out of whatever I am doing and follow their highest intelligence. Isn't that true? So sometimes we can waste a lot of energy and time in trying to justify and explain, where we could actually be using that energy to take the next step on our path, to just keep going. And I think when I just say that, just keep going, walk your path, immediately I get these other voices. And that idea of, oh, but what if so-and-so doesn't like that? What if so-and-so is really upset because I'm choosing this? What if? And then I notice how all my energy seeps away again. And I've lost that energy to stay focused on what is truly important to me. And as I'm now doing this, I'm at the end tail of this fashion marathon, I call it, this boot camp that I've been in for a month now, of selling fashion to shop owners, so sales, and very focused on appearance, very focused on serving, and having amazing conversations with shop owners, understanding, in this financial and globally economic, interesting time, it's a very fascinating thing to do, to talk to all these entrepreneurs and say, what's working for you? What's not working? How can I help you? How can I, sell you fashion that's going to help you sell this fashion to others who need it? And, it's very interesting. I have been also, of course, a lot of a field of projection of the customers too, of course. Just like when you're on stage, just like when you're out there on social media, the moment you're visible, the moment you offer a field of projection, people will project onto you. And you will get good projections, or we call them good projections, we call them compliments. We'll get people who say, oh my God, it was so awesome working with you, or you're so beautiful, or oh, I love how you're doing this, and I love how you dress, and right? That all goes down like honey. And then you have the other projections of people who like, oh, who are you? I don't know, I have had customers who themselves, if you just go for physical appearances, right? Maybe a size 44, 46, right? And I often have that feeling that when someone is maybe in that kind of body, and maybe, and this is important, not happy in that kind of body, they will project all their frustration and all their about not being in the body that they want to be onto me, because they will say something, oh, it's easy for her, and whatever, right? All that, right? So the more negative projections, and both happens, isn't it true? Wherever we go, we will encounter both. And the thing is, as one of my best friends says, the key is to take it in, but not swallow it. So it's to be not attached to whatever compliment comes and to whatever criticism comes, because neither actually means much. All it says more about those that are saying it than it does about you. What it says about you is the emotional state that kind of comment can trigger within you. And I'm really proud to say that now at 51, it hardly triggers me at all, neither. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, but I know who I am, and I don't need that validation anymore. And I think a lot of that justification and explanation is a need for validation. So ponder on where you are right now there and be totally honest to yourself. It's just you and you. And see, what does this topic bring up in you? What kind of maybe less pleasant emotion or pleasant emotion does it bring in you? And how strong is that emotion? So when I'm talking about this, what comes up in you, tune into it. Where can you feel it in your body? It's usually linked to a certain part of your body. Is it more lower half or upper half? Tune in. Find that interesting emotion. And then measure how strong is it. On a scale from 0 to 10, where are you right now? Just give it a number. Okay, and then maybe write that number down. And I'm going to give the mic now and the video to my beautiful co-host, Nicole. There you go. Because you're going to take it away now with a beautiful exercise and a whole plan that we've come up with for this special topic. So your conscious mind can now just relax, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. Nicole, over to you.
Thank you. That was actually a very perfect introduction into our topic. And as Joy mentioned, we have the full moon coming up in Leo, which is always a moment of transformation and looking inwardly. But this time it's really stepping into our courage, stepping up and breaking our chains. There is a lot of turmoil, as Andrea, our German Golden Goddess co-host, has been mentioning, also in the earth. And so the turmoil also is within us, and it's really breaking free of anything that we are not anymore. And how perfect is that topic of this month? It's actually our 6th month. So we are almost at halftime now in the Golden Goddess Circle. Isn't that amazing? And so I thought this time I would love to start with you after the introduction in really connecting to our heart, because it's a time where this heartfelt connection is so important. And then we will go into a small awareness session with all of us. And I'm very happy we have a beautiful group tonight. And just be ready and get into it. And yeah, keep that number that you just felt in your heart, in your mind, and see what happens while we are doing this process together. So I'd like you to just feel comfortable and make yourself very at home within yourself, where you are at home maybe, and put your hands on your heart. And take a deep breath in and out. And close your eyes. and just arrive in yourself, within yourself, wherever you are coming from today. Just arrive here in this moment and breathe in lightness and breathe out everything that maybe was within your mind and you don't need at this moment, and continuously breathing in just that courage we have been just talking about, and breathing out anything that no longer serves you, and find your own rhythm while breathing. And also feel the space between your feet and just connect to that earth star underneath you, that connection to Mother Earth, the nourishment you feel from her while breathing in. And while breathing out, connecting deeper to her and really feeling the love and the support and everything you need in order to be in your full potential and power. And feel just this being that you are, that you don't need to explain anything. You can just be with your presence while breathing in. Feel how you're growing and how this energy is nurtured from the earth into your heart. Continuously breathing. And when you are the next time arriving in your heart, put your attention above your head. This beautiful heavenly energy above your head, that sun star that is shining for you in your energy system. This is your own energy system that you're breathing in from the earth star into your heart and connecting to the sun star above your system. So you're taking that space fully within yourself and around yourself. You're feeling it. And it's so nourishing and also balancing at the same time. And in the next moment, you can use your both hands and put them in front of your heart in the prayer pose. You leave your eyes open or closed, or you can open them. And then in this moment, you're just feeling this connection with your wholeness, and you're opening up your arms and your hands to the side and pushing it out, pushing it out. You don't see it anymore. And until the edge. And then you're taking the energy in again in front of your heart. And we're doing this while breathing in and breathing out again, pushing it out, pushing it out. And breathing in again, putting the hand again in front of our heart. And breathing out, and just feel how you push all the energy out, and you feel your energetical body around you. And you take the energy in again. And just feel what that does to you. And feel how your wholeness, your whole existence is being nourished so nicely. And do it in your own rhythm. Breathing out, pushing to the side, and feel how big you are. And breathing in again, coming to the center, and pushing out one more time to the side. And bringing the hands back together again. Putting your hands on your heart and just realize what these movements, what they did with you. And breathe in one more time. Open your eyes and breathe out and stretch and just come back and feel your liveliness and happiness inside of you. And this is a perfect way of just being and really fitting to our topic that the goddess does not explain herself. She just is. And for that, we would like to introduce a small, beautiful exercise to you that we all can do together. Most perfectly, it would be that we are in a circle, joined together in person, and still we can do it online. And it's about an awareness session where we really give full attention to each and every one of us. So it's an exercise called the silent gaze. And it's not a performance, it's really purely being present. And so the thing would be that each one of us is for 30 seconds here on the big screen in the spotlight, so to say. And everyone else of us is just supporting this beautiful being that is showing herself. And the spectators can just see what they perceive. And the person who is in the center, in the spotlight, can also just experience what she perceives. And it's really not about showing anything. It's just being purely present you, because we tend to talk a lot and explain it. And so through this pure being, we have so much power and we can feel into it what it does with us. Is that understandable for everyone? Cool. So one by one, it would be that you come into the full camera and hold silent eye contact with the group for 30 seconds, and then just be and feel however you feel. Joy, would you be so kind and start? I can start.
Absolutely.
30
And we'll do the 30
Yes.
seconds and then switch on the next goddess that I see. So the first one is going to be Annette Burkhardt. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Annette. Aurélie, you're next. Thank you, Aurélie. Daniela, you're next. Thank you, Daniela. Diana, you're next. Thank you, Diana. Donata, you're next. Thank you, Donata. iPhone, you're next. Thank you. Maria, you're next. Thank you. Marinella, you're next. Thank you. Nicole. Thank you. Sachika. Thank you. Sandra. Thank you. Sitske. Thank you. Tina. Thank you. Valeria. Thank you. Joy. See if I can do it myself. There we go. Thank you. Ooh, that was so fun. How is everyone? My stopwatch now. That was wow, Nicole. What a great exercise.
It was beautiful, manifold, right? Because it was, first of all, also so nice to see you all. And thank you for your openness and to show yourself. And we would love to know, how did you feel being witnessed in silence? And maybe you want to write some insights.
Unmute
your
yourself.
notebook.
Yeah, how did that feel?
Yeah. How did that feel? What emotions came up, or maybe resistance?
Arnella saying she felt connection. Yeah, felt really, I felt that too. I could feel the dropping into that kind of space, right? There was some kind of expansion and connection. I could feel that too. Yeah, Valeria's also saying connection. And also beautiful, you felt safe and accepted. And yeah, again, safe and accepted, just love coming and going. Yeah. And that's always there for us, isn't it? It's just about tuning into that and not getting distracted from, well, I come into the spotlight with you. I mean, yeah, we're together then. Together. And not getting distracted by external input that can throw us off path, right? It's noticing and then choosing, and okay, now knowing all this, where am I going to place my energy? Am I going to place it into justifying myself, explaining myself, I don't know, selling myself? Or am I going to just trust that my presence, my full attention to the now is enough? So coming back to my sales experience, I can share a story there that I've noticed just these last days, right? That my boss, for instance, he's male, and he's very different in his approach to people than I am, and that's good. And I'm noticing that today, for instance, there were a couple of moments where, from my perception and my hallucination, he kind of gets pushy with shop owners. He's like, you've got to buy this, and you've got to, and you know, and then, and he kind of sells the thing to them. And I just stand back then in those moments, and I just notice and I observe, and I love observing. And I literally notice that when he does this sort of kind of energy, the clients, the customers, they physically move back, right? You can see how they're kind of recoiling from this, oh, but you must, and right? And I just noticed that. And then, of course, I get the best role because I get to just step in and to smile and just nothing. I say nothing. The first, I don't know, minutes, I say nothing. And that's really, I mean, it sounds so simple, but I notice now that even, I don't know, even a year ago, I would have found that really difficult, because I would also then maybe get caught up in that, oh, but that kind of energy. And then you kind of stack onto that energy, and the other person is just going, rather than just letting go of it. And it also reminds me of, I'm doing Wing Tsun training now. I've got a private instructor and a friend who's doing it with me, and I'm learning Wing Tsun, which really is challenging me because it's so different to what I have learned so far. So what I learned so far, especially in martial arts and boxing, is, right, you go, 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 and you kind of give it all, and you exhaust yourself, and you're like killing the other, right? You're just power on, right? That's what I learned. and Wing Tsun is the opposite. You notice the energy that the person is coming, and you lean into it. And I can tell you, just these past couple of trainings that I've had, I feel like, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm like, because everything in me wants to just go and throw a punch. But in Wing Tsun, you don't do that, right? So I think just notice for yourself, when are those moments when you get kind of caught up in an energy, a frazzle, a program that's no longer how you want to operate? When does it happen? And who are the people that can tempt you most? For me, up until now, it would be a couple of categories. Very good at tempting me would be alpha males, kind of, those sort of. Also tempting would be female bitches, like really unpleasant women who they're just so unfriendly. You can be as sweet as anything and they'll just Those would trigger me. Who are your people? Nicole, who are your people who can kind of push those buttons?
I was pondering upon that. An interesting thing was that me, myself, I'm the one who is doing this inside of me a lot of times.
How do you do that?
In my reflection, I realized that because that topic is my topic. I was thinking, wow, because I tended, I'm now much more aware to do things, even going outside with my dog, and my dog was taking a shit, and I was putting that shit in a little paper, in a little bag, and then there was some more shit, and I was explaining to myself, in case somebody else is accusing me that this was my dog, that I have here my bag. I was constantly explaining within myself.
Hypothetically, in Vorausein. So even although there was nobody there chastising you, you were chastising yourself in your head. Interesting, right? So now let me ask you, and I think there more where this happens, right? I know this from myself too. How old are you there?
4 maybe.
There you go, 4 maybe. How old is anyone else here? So this just feels like a very inner child program. It's just a program, right? So once we know when we picked up this program, we can make a new choice. So let's do this together. Is this okay with you, Nicole? Because I'm taking this impromptu into this. Okay, cool.
Wonderful. Perfect.
So for Nicole, she realizes, okay, the one that's reacting in this moment is 4 years old. How old are you, Annette, Aurélie, Daniela? Just ponder. And if a number comes up, just tap that number maybe into the chat or put it into your notebook, make it dingfest, put it in, bring it into 3D so we can come and transform it. Yes? Okay. How am I seeing? Yes, I'm seeing lots of numbers here. How old is our kindergarten? 6, 12, 4, 8. Excellent. Okay, so for however old you are and wherever you are in your memory bank right now, come back into the here and now and take a breath and notice how many emotions came up there. So you know what that emotion feels like. Is it a little bit of shame? I had a couple of shame moments last week's. And one was I felt shamed, and I felt shamed. The person didn't shame me at all, but I felt shamed. And what came up is that I'm a dirty girl, that I hadn't cleaned something properly, right? I'm a dirty girl. It was so interesting. And when I sort of asked myself, how old are you right now? I was 2 years old, and I had soiled my pants. And that was a big thing. I felt so much shame if I'm a dirty girl, right? So notice where you are right now, or where that was, and how many emotions came up. For me, it was shame, and it was a bit sadness. I felt totally no longer loved, that kind of thing. So just note for yourself what comes up there. What are the emotions? Because once you know them, you can own them and you can claim them, and then we can let them go. We don't need that cocktail anymore. I'm sure you know the cocktail well. And then also notice what physical reactions come up in your body. For me, I get this sort of heat in my cheeks, right? I feel warm right now. It really brings up, yeah, deep shame. Yeah, everybody, have you got yours? Give me a thumbs up. I can see you. Yeah, identified. Excellent. And let's do some tapping. My body needs some energy movement. Are you good for that? Whatever came up for you right now, let's begin to switch the energy. And then let's all together say, I love and I accept and I respect myself with all these feelings that come up in these specific moments when these buttons are pushed. It's okay. It's okay. And I love and accept and respect myself when I now choose to let these feelings go, to let those memories go, and to just keep the lessons, because I know that I am loved and I am loving and I am lovable and I am made of love and I'm here to shine my light bright, right? Yes, 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 yes. Divine light shine, divine light shine, divine light shine. And breathe. Notice the feelings. Feeling tingling in my hands. Anyone else here? Yeah, you feel that? Cool. Okay. Now we will come up here. If you have any sneezing, coughing, burping, farting, sweating, whatever going on, that's good. That's a sign that your body is releasing, okay? So let's tap here our temples, which happen to be the endpoints of our gallbladder meridians. And our gallbladder can get a little if we feel frustration. So let's just imagine that we feel some kind of frustration around this topic, that like, come on, I'm this old now. Why is this still bothering me? Da, 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 da. Say, I love and accept and respect myself with all my frustration at my deepest level and from the very first time that I felt frustrated. And I choose now to let go of all this frustration, all the emotions that go with this frustration, and to step into my power of patience. I am so patient and I love myself and I just love being patient. Breathe. Okay, I'm sensing some suppressed emotions, so let's tap here. And then we say, I love and accept and respect myself with all my suppressed emotions at my deepest level and from the very first time that I suppressed my emotions. And I choose now to let go of all these suppressed emotions, to own my emotions, to love them and to feel good now. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now let's tap into courage, shall we? I am brave, I am courageous, and I am now choosing to expand in love and health and joy and success and abundance and freedom and healthy, happy relationships and an amazing sex life. While I inspire others to do the same. Yes, I'm ready for that now. I can do this. I will do this, and I am doing this now. And I know a goddess does not explain herself. A goddess just is. She's just present. And that's what I am. Okay, now we're going to tap our bellies, right? So left and right. So on the right, this is mirrored, we have the liver, and on the other side, we have the spleen. Okay, so the liver sometimes can feel a little cranky when we're angry, and the spleen can feel so sad when we don't trust ourselves. So I always tell my yoga kids, let's rub our bellies like a big fat bear. We're going into hibernation, but we're not. Okay, so we rub our bellies left and right. And then we say, I am powerful. I know what's right for me. And my presence is healing For I am a full-time blessing. Wherever I go, whatever I do, the love within me, that divine light, it shines and radiates. And I love everyone, and everyone loves me. And I am me. And then breathe into your belly. I mean, just imagine that that beautiful energy of field around you is expanding. And now breathe in that favorite color of yours. What is it that you want and need right now? What color is it? For me, it's golden sparkles with kind of rainbow things in them. And it's all pastel-y and it's and then make a sound, make a sound. Or come into your heart. Just soak it in and say, yes, 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 more please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then maybe your hands would like to go in prayer pose. Push your thumbs against your chest bone. Sit yourself up nice and straight. Shoulders are down and relaxed. The neck is long. The chins, pull it back a bit, right? Imagine this cord pulling you up from the top of your head, fixing your crown, well grounded. The roots are going deep down, down, down into the earth. And your heart is open, fully open to give and to receive love fully. And then imagine breathing that beautiful color that you've chosen for today out from your heart into every cell of your body and into the space between your cells. Then allow it to emanate out into your auric field, that electromagnetic field around your body. Charge it up, fix any holes, patch it all up. And just take 3 full breaths, noticing all that light within you and all around you, noticing how safe you are, how protected, how loved, how worthy, how respected, how admired, how valued. Yes, 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 yes. And then when you're ready, come back into the here and now. Stretch your arms up into victory pose or star pose if you're standing. We could do that. Let's do that. Wait, let's see if my camera goes with me. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to stretch out my legs into full expansion. Let's see. It looks a bit wonky now, but wait, maybe if I move back. Yay, I can move back. Look at that. I'm going to go right between our logo. There we go. And then I'm going to do a Michelangelo here. There we go. I'm going to make myself as wide as possible. There we go. And I'm just going to breathe all that energy until it becomes a circle all around me, just like a goddess circle logo, that big golden circle. And it's connecting my hands and my feet all around me. Ooh, it's this bubble. And then I'm going to sort of twist and turn till I imagine that that bubble is all around me at all times. And then I'm going to imagine that my bubble, with your permission, of course, connects with your bubble. And we become this beautiful chain of colorful bubbles, right? Connected from heart to heart by unconditional love only, right? Yes, 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 yes. And then I know that wherever I am, wherever I go, I will have my sisters around me cheering me on. We're all cheering each other on, supporting each other. And then come back into the here and now and tell me how you feel. Let's take our spotlights off. I hope we see everyone then. Let's see if that works. I love seeing everyone. Move spotlight. I can see you all. Can you see each other all as well? No, it's always on speaker view. How do I change that? I don't want that.
I can see everyone.
You can? Oh, cool. Well, then we're good. Then we're good. Then we're good. So, what's the feedback? Can you help me in the chat? What are we got here? Sitske feels energized, lighter. Maria feels light and openness. Okay, so now check back in. Can you still find that feeling or has it gone now? What feeling, right? Remember at the beginning we were working on something, you took notes. Where are you there now? Sandra's loving the feeling of connection. Me too. Me too. Did you notice an improvement? Who has noticed it's gone? Yes, we've got lots of thumbs up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, what am I noticing? Oh, I feel much better. I feel my body is not as tight as it was. All this standing in high-heeled shoes and, all day. I feel now like I've come back home. Thank you for that, sisters.
Yes, I too. Me too. I feel like so much strength and grounding and openness. It feels so open, and the connection with all of you was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I loved what we did today, and I want to do more of this. So here's my invitation to you. I reached out to the hotel where we hosted the last goddess retreat that we did, because I love that hotel because it's out in the country near Salzburg. It's in nature. The people there are super friendly. They have organic food, and the room that they have ready for us is huge and it's light filled, and I'm just seeing a huge goddess gathering there. I just want lots of women. So the date that they have this room free, and they have a couple of rooms in the guest house. It's very simple. It's nothing fancy. It's not 5-star something, but it's nice. It's cool. And they have this guest house where we have the seminar room, the beautiful one, and then you can have food there, and they have a couple of rooms there too, and they're pretty affordable. Their date that they have this free is the 2nd to the 4th of May. How do you feel about that date? It's the beginning of May, it's the beginning of spring. Annette is shaking her head, sorry. It's the only date that they have that room free. So that's the date that I'm opening up the registration, which of course we have no website open yet, but you're the first to know. I desire to gather with sisters from the 2nd to the 4th of May, which is Friday to Sunday. We start our gathering on Friday at 3 p.m. and we end on Sunday at 3 p.m. So you have enough time to go home and then start your week of work, maybe on Monday. We will be gathering near Salzburg. It's about a 15-minute drive from the airport. We will be doing a lot of fun things. The exact program I am still, conjuring up in my mind, but it will always include some gentle yoga, breath work, work on ourselves, very intimate because we get to be in a room together. We always dance. We always sing, we always do creative work. We have tons of connection time to not only, share personal stuff, but also to network, to inspire each other, to come up, brainstorm, heartstorm, I call it, for our next steps also as a group. Helping each goddess rise. So whatever you're bringing to the retreat that you're working on, I can almost guarantee you're gonna solve that. You're gonna figure it out. I have never seen a goddess leave our retreat not feeling elevated, not feeling recharged and full of energy to do whatever she needs to do. Nicole, what feedback do you want to give? A couple of you here were at the last retreat. Is there anything that you could share that would be interesting maybe to someone who's pondering, I don't know, what is a goddess retreat? What do they do there? Is it really worth the investment? Travel, moving my butt from A to B? What?
It's the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself, because meeting up in 3D is always so different. And this is like, and we know each other already through this circle, and meeting them in person is like such a joy, and like a wow, giving each other hugs and really and taking so much also then away from this place and having new friendships for sure. I mean, with a lot of you, I am in personal contact, and it's continually growing, and that is the best thing and investment you can do for yourself.
That is true. I always say that. I say the best investment you can ever make in anything is in yourself, because this is all you have. So I've always been a big one on it, and I still do. My first investment is always myself, right? What I didn't say beforehand, what we will also do, which I really, really enjoyed, I enjoy this in all women's retreats that I do, is we will do a truth circle. And for the truth circle, so the whole retreat will be just women. And we might have maybe my son coming in as a photographer. We might have helpers who can be men, but it's just us, because that's necessary for the kind of work that we want to do. And it just is a different energy. But once in the retreat, I always love doing a truth circle with men. And for the truth circle, I invite usually about 3 men that I trust and know. And they come into the circle, and they are very courageous men, because they get to be right in the center of the circle. Then we blindfold them. And then women around can ask any question they ever wanted to ask a man. And I can tell you those conversations are mind-blowing. So that's also something that will take place. Why are they blindfolded? Just so that they're completely neutral and centered. We know men, they can get very distracted. And I don't want them to have any projection going on of who asked the question. They just hear the voice and they just get the question. And if you are not comfortable asking that question, you give me a little note and I ask the question. So that's a really cool thing to do in a women's retreat, just to bring that male energy in a safe way, so that it's actually constructive to us. It's helpful. We want to learn from it. Yeah, my mom's going to be there. Grace is going to be there. They're always fixed anchors of any retreat that I do, because they're just marvelous. My mom is almost 80, is fit as a fiddle, and she loves being the kind of the granny on site. So my mom has been in education for 60 years. She's, I think, one of the best teachers there is on this planet. She's amazing with very sage, sane advice for any kind of life question that you may have. She's always there. Then we have Grace there, my daughter. She's 15. She's always an assistant and helps, and she's super fun to be with and can be a great laugh. Yeah. So you will be receiving, of course, as the invitation to join us. And of course, you're welcome to bring your sisters. I will do a special membership price. So us Golden Goddesses get one price, and any other woman who would like to join, I want to open it to more women, will pay a slightly higher price. I try to keep all my retreats as affordable as possible, because I want to be able to gather women from all kinds of income. And yeah, I can guarantee you it's worth your investment. So think on that, dream on it. And if there's a part of you that says, yeah, I'd love to, but let us know the buts. If there's a but that we can help you with, like, I don't know, I need really cheap accommodation, or I'm not sure if I can bring my daughter, she's only so-and-so old, or can I bring my mom, or what do I do with my husband? Could he come and then do something else in the meantime? Or I don't know, whatever questions you have, you're always free to ask them. Send me an email. I'll always be happy to help. And I think us women together, we can make almost anything happen. We had one goddess in one of the past retreats who really was like very low financially. And she said, okay, I don't care. I'm somehow going to make it. I'm going to come with my tent. And then we actually made it happen that a friend of mine took her in and she could sleep at her house. So, miracles are always possible. I say, where there's a will and your heart is aligned, there's a way for always. Yeah. Do you have any closing questions, any comments, any feedback, any ponderings you'd like to share? Then now is your time. Sachiko's saying, yep, had to deal with my partner that he's going to go mountain biking. Yes. Oh, there's tons of stuff for men to do. I mean, if your guys need program to do, we can come up with a little program for them, send them off, do useful things, and we'll have fun in the meantime. That's never a problem.
Salzburg is really a great destination for that, right? Yes. There's lots to do.
Lots of culture, lots of Mozart, lots of nature. May, you can also already go swimming. Don't know what the weather will be like, but a lot of hiking, a lot of, yeah, for those that like shopping, also possible. We have an outlet here. So yeah, I'm selling Salzburg to you. It's a great place. And anyway, the most important thing is you get to hang out with us. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions. Is everyone feeling good? Cool. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being part of this circle. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Remember to shine your light bright. Remember to write your intentions. I'm just saying, this is book 5. Book 5. I even find time before my sales meetings to do them, even if it's just 3 minutes. Write every day. What you write, what you intend, you manifest. It really works. Okay, I love you. Thank you, Nicole, by the way. You did an amazing job. I am so proud.
Thank you. And for closing word, I was just passing a window of a shop today, and I took a picture. I will send it in the chat later on. And it was a reminder to be perfectly imperfect. And the imperfect is written wrong, and E slipped down. And I will send it to you because that is so helpful. And just use this today's exercises we did to really detect when are you starting to explain again, and maybe
Right?
just stop in that moment and realize it and laugh about yourself maybe.
And then inside you could say, I'm not perfect, but I'm perfect for you. Bye-bye, my
Thank you.
loves.
Bye
Thank
everyone.
you.